Welcome to Cam's Don't Lie. This unsuspecting man is about to reveal his true monstrous nature. On September 12, 2021, 38-year-old Antoine Suggs brutally murdered 4 innocent people in the middle of the night. Our small team of investigative reporters has compiled the footage and case details to present the full story of Antoine and the events leading up to these tragic murders for the first time. It all began early on the morning of September 8th, when Antoine arrived in Minnesota from his home state of Arizona. Initial footage shows nothing unusual. However, things quickly take a dark turn. Antoine is picked up by an unknown person and leaves the airport with them. Just a few days later, on the night of September 11th, Antoine returns to the airport in a new luxury Mercedes SUV. Later investigations revealed that the luxury car Antoine was driving had recently been loaned to him. While it remains unclear whether Antoine is connected to a larger organized crime group, the high value of the car suggests this possibility. The full story of this case is still unfolding, and it is only just beginning to heat up. We don't yet know why Antoine revisited the airport, but surveillance footage provides a critical clue. His passenger bears a striking resemblance to one of his future victims, Natasha Lee Flug Presley. If the passenger is indeed Natasha, then this footage captures one of the last images of her alive. According to a complaint filed by an anonymous source, a witness reported seeing Antoine and Natasha taking shots together at a bar just hours after he left the airport. Additionally, records indicate that Natasha's aunt informed investigators that Antoine and Natasha were romantically involved. This information strengthens the likelihood that the passenger is Natasha. After a night of drinking, it is believed that Antoine and Natasha went to a residence in St. Paul, where they spent time with 3 other individuals, Matthew Pettis, Jasmine Sturm, and Loyce Foreman III, who would soon become Antoine's other 3 murder victims. In the very early hours of September 12th, the events took a tragic turn. Surveillance footage captured an altercation around 3:30 a.m. on September 12th in St. Paul. In the footage, gunshots can be heard, followed by the same Mercedes speeding through the streets. This appears to be the moment the murders occurred. What Antoine does next is quite shocking. Instead of fleeing or hiding, his actions take an unexpected and disturbing turn, adding another layer of complexity to this chilling case. On the same day around 10 a.m., after driving around for many hours trying to figure out what to do with the bodies, Antoine decided he needed help hiding them. He arranged to meet his father, 56-year-old Darren Osborne, at a gas station later that day. Antoine's plan was to have his father follow him into western Wisconsin to a cornfield, where they would find an inconspicuous place to dump the car with the bodies in it. Osborne later told officers he had no idea there were bodies in Antoine's car at this point. On the way to meet his father, Antoine stopped at a different gas station than the one planned for the meetup. Disturbing surveillance footage from this stop shows one of the deceased victims in the passenger seat, limp and showing no signs of life. While the bodies remained in the car, Antoine casually went inside the gas station to pay for gas as if it were any other normal day. Antoine then continued to the meetup spot, traveling from St. Paul, Minnesota to Dunn County, Wisconsin. This time, stopping at the originally planned gas station, Antoine and his father convened and spoke briefly before driving away. It is presumed that Antoine had moved the body out of the front passenger seat, as his father would have clearly noticed a deceased person sitting in the car, assuming his father is telling the truth. According to Darren Osborne, he still did not know what Antoine was up to at this point. However, it is reported that Antoine allegedly confessed to his father soon after the meetup, admitting that he had snapped and shot the victims. This confession makes it increasingly difficult for Antoine's father to deny any involvement in the situation. Together, Antoine and his father allegedly hid the car with the bodies in a cornfield further into Wisconsin. A local farmer found the abandoned Mercedes in a cornfield in Dunn County, Wisconsin, and quickly reported it to the police. At this time, neither Antoine's nor his father's involvement was known. However, body cam footage from the investigating officers details their experiences discovering the car and the deceased victims inside. What they find is extremely brutal. The officers meticulously documented entry and exit wound details.
That's where we're gonna go in right here. Yeah, we can do
something. Just hurt.
We did open the back door. If you need to open the back door.
Do we know if that one in the back on the far right is male or female?
Do you know? The one on the far back? The behind the driver?
I thought it was a female.
So they were stiff when you moved them?
Yes.
Somebody said?
I opened that door. I basically went like this, and it was just, you know, hard, stiff, rigor, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, the male, we didn't check anything on him. I thought there was like a hole. Looks like there might be blood pooling in his ear, or I thought maybe that was an entry or exit wound. I'm not sure.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
I ran out. Well, it looks like if the actual key started on push button too. With the keys, there's no keys in the ignition.
How much blood on their shoe? I see that.
Yeah, it's pooled, yeah. Definite bullet wound to the right side of the face, right side of the ear on him. On the male.
That's what I thought.
Which are crucial for determining whether the murders were intentional or in self-defense. They observed that some wounds appeared to be entrance wounds without corresponding exit wounds, and noted the presence of old bloodstains.
I mean, that looks like an entrance wound right there.
It didn't look like an exit wound to me. I'm guessing she got shot in the body, though. Yeah, there's blood on her left arm and on her right, and it's old. Watch your right shoulder, man.
Yep.
Oh, what's in the pocket, Dan?
There? Dried blood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's dripping right now.
Oh, yeah.
Male. And shot wound to the head. Right, yep. Here's the exit wound over here. See on the front seat?
Yeah.
Right below, right where the shoulder rest is, that white stuff, is that brain matter or skull particulates?
Hard to say. Is she wearing her seatbelt still?
No,
I couldn't tell if it was just
behind her.
Behind her.
Just probably so that it wouldn't beep. Because the weight's in there, so it'd beep.
I want to know where the gunshot wound is on this other gal. How do you have exit wounds and there's no damage in the vehicle?
Well, then, but also if it's a headshot, wouldn't she have splatter? I mean, you got splatter on him, but it's just weird.
Well, his is coming from his nose. You know, that's just draining from the nose from the brain.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
All right, well, did we look through the... Well, let's just get out of here, I guess. We'll go talk to Kyle.
One officer pointed out possible brain matter or skull particulates on the seat. They also discussed the puzzling lack of vehicle damage despite apparent gunshot wounds, raising questions about the exact circumstances of the shootings. During later investigations, Antoine's blood-covered Arizona ID card was found in the car, leading officers to him and eventually implicating his father. After reviewing surveillance footage, Antoine's father was arrested first, followed by Antoine, who turned himself in Arizona. Extradited back to St. Paul, Minnesota, Antoine faced trial claiming self-defense in the murders, which prosecutors found unlikely. His extensive criminal history, including firearm possession and driving offenses, highlighted his familiarity with illegal activities. Throughout the trial, Antoine offered no explanation beyond self-defense. The police findings on the entry and exit wounds clearly indicated that Antoine's actions were not in self-defense. Despite Antoine's lack of a credible explanation, his true motive for murdering the 4 victims remains unknown. After 6 hours of deliberation, the jury found Antoine guilty on all 4 counts of second-degree intentional murder. He was sentenced to 103 years in prison. His father, Darren Osborne, pleaded guilty to aiding an offender and received a 5-year prison sentence. Judge Japal Harris, who presided over the case, told Antoine during sentencing that each victim deserved justice. As for Antoine's motive, it remains speculative. The tragic events underscore the complexity of human behavior and the profound impact of such crimes on communities. What do you believe could have possibly been Antoine's motive for killing these 4 innocent people? Let us know what you think and subscribe for more thrilling real-life crime videos. Thanks for watching. Check out other similar videos on our channel.